Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I want to talk about a Fitbit Smartwatch. The Fitbit Smartwatch doesn't exist, it's not out yet, we've got no dates or details, but we know it's going to happen at some point. If you've been following tech news, you'll know that in the last year Fitbit have acquired two companies that make smartwatches, Pebble and Vector. Their CEO has even said that a smartwatch is being looked at. So why am I making this video for a product that doesn't even exist yet? Well, to start with, I'm a regular Fitbit user. I used to use a Surge and I changed to a Blaze just over a year ago, and I think Fitbit makes some brilliant products. Secondly, I'm a huge Apple fan, and I've been intrigued to see the Apple Watch develop. However, the fitness capacities seem to be letting it down. Some of the reviews I've seen for the Apple Watch tend to say the heart rate sensor isn't particularly good and it doesn't do things like sleep tracking yet. On that basis, I've never been quite swayed to go from a Fitbit to an Apple Watch. But as the Fitbit Smartwatch is likely to happen at some point, I thought I'd make a video with some of my dreams on. And then as and when it does come out, I can come back to this video and say, well, these are the things I hoped for, and this is what they came up with. So first and foremost, it needs to have the fitness capacities that a Fitbit has. People have bought Fitbits because they love the fitness idea. I bought the Blaze because I wanted the heart rate sensor as well. I love the sleep tracking, and so for Fitbit to make a successful smartwatch, it needs to keep all of its functionality. It needs to be as good for fitness as it already is. Secondly, it needs to do something that Fitbit haven't done with a product yet. It needs to be waterproof. The reason it needs to be waterproof is kind of twofold really. Firstly, the Apple Watch is waterproof. And so actually Fitbit are going to realistically compete with the second generation of the Apple Watch. They need to make it waterproof. Secondly, it needs to be waterproof so people can track things like swimming or go out running in the torrential rain without having to worry about if their Fitbit is going to die or not. At the moment, the Fitbits tend to be splash proof and I've not had a problem with mine, but full waterproof certification will be really good to see on a Fitbit smartwatch. The third thing a Fitbit smartwatch needs to be is smart. This may sound really obvious, but at the moment Fitbit are really good at pushing notifications to your devices, so I love that my Blaze can pick up any notification that my phone does. However, long messages get lost and I can't interact with them other than to zap off a phone call. If a Fitbit smartwatch is going to be a smartwatch, then there needs to be some way of people interacting with those things. There needs to be apps for it, things like Facebook so you can browse what your friends are up to. This probably means it needs to have built-in Wi-Fi, but it certainly needs to be able to use the signal off of your phone. How they add this functionality though is kind of anyone's guess. Maybe a built-in microphone and a voice assistant, but these things are really difficult to set up. Maybe some way of piggybacking off something that's already on your phone. I'm not quite sure how Fitbit are going to do this, but I'd really like to see how they come up with ways of interacting and replying to messages on a Fitbit smartwatch. My fourth dream, and probably a little bit of a way off, is smart payments. One of the things I really like about the Apple Watch is that it's got Apple Pay built in. And so instead of getting your phone out to pay for something or to go on a London Underground, you can just tap on with your watch. I'd really like to see some kind of mobile payment system similar to that on a Fitbit smartwatch, because I think that would be a really useful feature to have. And I think probably in the age of contactless payments, it's also an essential system to have built in. The fifth thing it really needs to have is good battery life. Fitbit's real strength at the moment is the battery life on some of their devices. My Blaze can last 5 days, my Surge could last 7, even the Charge HRs have got sort of 4 or 5 day battery life. If Fitbit can get this battery life thing sorted with a smartwatch, then actually they're more than likely to overtake Apple in this market, because the Apple Watch gives you about a day and a half. And then the final thing we need from a Fitbit smartwatch is that it needs to look good. Fitbit have been really good at giving people the opportunity to customise their fitness trackers with different straps, and I hope they keep this with a smartwatch. If a smartwatch is going to compete with other companies already making them, it needs to look really good as well. People don't want something that's clunky but functional, they want something that looks really good as well, especially if you're going to wear it every day. This is something Fitbit have got right, especially with things like the Blaze, and I hope it's something they will continue to get right with a smartwatch, as and when they make one. There are of course plenty of other things that a Fitbit smartwatch could include, but those are my dreams. I want to see something that's smart and you can interact with apps, mobile payments, good battery life, a nice design, and most importantly, it needs to work for your fitness. I hope you guys have found this video interesting. I would love to know what else you would like to see in a Fitbit smartwatch. So do comment them below, and hopefully we'll have some news on this device soon. And I'll see you guys again later.